But the Rams aren't fooling around in their quest for another Super Bowl. LA is adding another All-Pro to their defense after agreeing to a 5-year, $50 million contract with former Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner. In other news, the Buccaneers said goodbye to Bruce Arians as their head coach Thursday, while also introducing his replacement, Todd Bowles. Arians says he had been contemplating a retirement from the sidelines and made up his mind after Tom Brady unretired.
Going through the combine, going through all that process, trying to build next year's team without Tom. But then when Tom said he'd come back, it's like, now it's easy. Now it's easy. We're in the best shape we've ever been. It's no better time to pass the torch than now.
As for Bowles, he says he will continue to call the Bucs defense as their head coach. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention vehicle owners. Due to the rise of new and used car prices, repair costs, and gas prices, CarShield is starting a low-cost monthly auto coverage plan to save drivers out-of-pocket expenses on covered auto repairs. Call now to get your free quick quote and find out how you can save thousands for covered auto repairs. 800-493-5545. Don't forget to ask about free roadside assistance and towing with your plan. Call 800-493-5545 now for your free quote. Again, 800-493-5545.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXO, El Centro, California. Friday, April 1st, 2022. Yeah, April Fool's Day.
That's right.
Okay.
April Fool's Day.
You know, and just to be clear, April Fool's Day is not observed in every country around the world, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for example, in Russia, it's not a good idea to put a whoopee cushion on Vladimir Putin's chair.
You know, that's pretty much an obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Just be careful there.
Certain people that figure that out.
Coming up, we've got some birthdays to celebrate. Our big shot birthdays, our local birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And, Netflix is going to beef up their sports content by releasing a documentary that covers this year's Tour de France. The series will be 8 episodes and follow 8 different teams taking part in the world's most prestigious and well-known cycling race.
Will there be any cheating in it?
I don't know, but, you know, to me, it's the world's only known cycling race.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I'm sure there are others, but who cares?
None that have as much notoriety.
Yes. Okay. And let's see. Oh, here's something new. RoboBurger. RoboBurger is a machine that fries up a burger with custom toppings on Angus beef in just 6 minutes for just $6.99. And then it dispenses that fried up burger in a cute little cardboard box. I understand it needs a little bit of tuning, though. Yeah, it asked if I wanted rivets with my burger.
With your burger? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to supersize that? No, thank you.
No, just a little grease. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Hamburger.
Hey, if there's no grease, it's not tasty.
It won't stick to the wall.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for birthdays?
Birthdays, we have some. I was going to say, I can always remember the date that I first went to work at KXO because it was on April Fool's Day.
Okay. That's when you and I started here.
Yeah.
Actually, I had been here part-time.
Part-time for 6 months.
Yeah, I had been here part-time working just Sunday mornings and was news director at Channel 9. And the opportunity here came up. And, yeah, we've been joined at the hip ever since.
For me, for 49 years. For you, 50.
49 and a half when you count the part-time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Birthdays today, actor Ali MacGraw, 83. Rudolph Isley, one of the Isley brothers, 83. Jimmy Cliff, the reggae singer, I can see clearly now, 74. And actor Annette O'Toole, 70. Susan Boyle is 61. Whatever happened to her? Actor Jose Zuniga is 60. Actor Jessica Collins, 51. Actor David Oyelowo is 46. Actor Sam Huntington is 40. Actor Taran Killam is 40. Actor Matt Lanter, 39. Actor Asa Butterfield is 25. Local birthdays coming up.
KXO will bring you exclusive coverage of the Masters Golf Tournament from the legendary Augusta National Golf Course. Listen to AM 1230 KXO for updates throughout this prestigious event. 2022 Golf Major coverage is brought to you by Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, Southwest Security Service, Del Rio Country Club, and CET, the Center for Employment Training.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Monica Castro, Raymond Marcus, Anita Martinez, Letty Rodriguez, Danny Ramirez, Tommy Foss, Joseph Beltran, Esther Rodriguez, Cesar Reyes Sr., Rudy Tamayo Sr., Ana Ramos, Antonio Mesa, Dixie Miller, Donna Shannon, Frankie John Mendoza, Jose Barreras, Pat Edmonds, Ruth Harmon, Vanessa Valdez, Hope Esperanza, Julianne Cota, Danny Mercado, and happy birthday, Randy Taylor from KXO. Okay.
Randy Taylor, top of the morning to you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Well, Randy keeps a low profile. So
that he does.
Yes. Oh, well. Anyway, scientists says 117 billion humans have lived on planet Earth over the years. And, you know, just to be clear, that's not counting animals, lawyers, or reality TV stars.
Not necessarily in that order.
Yes. 117 billion people over the years.
How did they figure that out? With the grant, I'm sure.
I think somebody had to take off their shoes to do the counting.
Oh, that for sure.
Yes.
And a good grant or two would take care of the rest.
Yeah. And I missed it. Wednesday was National Little Red Wagon Day. I have a little red wagon I use around the yard and garden. Yeah. So we celebrate. It's a radio flyer for some reason.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah.
They still make them.
And just on a more serious note, Ramadan begins at sunset tomorrow and runs through Sunday, May 1st. So a very holy period of Ramadan starts tomorrow. Anyway, we've got news and other such stuff if you're ready.
We certainly do, and I'm ready if you are.
Okay. Yeah, well, since I'm pushing the buttons, I think I am.
Okay.
It's World in California News Headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist for sales, for service. We're looking at triple digits by next week. Call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News Special Report. President Biden is about to speak about new numbers from the Labor Department that show U.S. employers are still on a hiring spree. They added 431,000 jobs last month. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick says it helped shrink unemployment to the lowest rate since just before the pandemic began.
At 3.6%, the nation's unemployment rate has dropped 0.2%. That's more than expected, edging closer to the historic low of 3.5% seen in February of 2020.
But a lot of us are still struggling. CBS's Diane King Hall.
More than 3/4 of Americans say inflation is hitting hard at home. That's according to a new report from Salary Finance. And for many households, inflation is forcing them to stretch their dollar even further. About 20% of employees regularly run out of money between paychecks, and 1/4 of people say it's hard to afford necessities.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news: state lawmakers urged to extend the state's rent relief program, which had been due to expire at midnight.
Thousands continue to wait for relief while their applications are pending. It would be cruel, wasteful, and unfair to subject Californians to eviction, the loss of rental income now when they've done everything asked of them.
State Senator Tom Umberg, the Senate nearly unanimously voting to extend the program through the end of June, but only for those who applied by the end of the day Thursday. Governor Newsom was out of the country, so Lieutenant Governor Eleni Koulounakis became the first woman to sign a California bill into state law. Explosions at a metal recycling facility in Montclair, shrapnel landing on roofs of homes and unparked vehicles, and ripping the pants of Albert Castro.
I got hit in the leg. I don't know if you can see it, but nothing major happened, but just starting to hear like toning off.
Nearby schools placed on lockdown, fire hoses dousing pressurized metal canisters. Warming in Northern California, still a bit below normal temperatures in the southern region, with the heat returning next week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning.
Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or stand for the third tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
You probably wouldn't leave thousands of dollars on the table at a diner. Why leave thousands on the table with your tax return? Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you don't. This year, there are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits. Your Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro will help you track down every last one, so you get your biggest refund guaranteed. Don't leave thousands on the table this year. Discover thousands of dollars in tax credits instead. Learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
And it's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers at El Centro Motors, at the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Friday morning, a vehicle versus a school bus. George Gale explains.
Students were on the bus at the time. California Highway Patrol reports the collision occurred on Highway 98 near Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. It was reported at 7:30 Thursday morning. Calexico police were on scene and said the vehicles were blocking traffic. Cars were rerouted around the collision. CHP says while the bus was occupied, no injuries were reported. Incident is under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Skippy Foods has recalled more than 80 tons of Skippy brand peanut butter. The company is virtually recalling Skippy Reduced Fat Chunky Peanut Butter Spread and the Skippy Creamy Peanut Butter Blended with Plant Protein due to possible contamination by small fragments of stainless steel. The affected jars have best if used by dates of May of 2023. The possibly tainted peanut butter was sold at Walmart and other retail stores in California, as well as 17 other states. KXO News Time coming up to 7:43.
If you're looking to trick out your truck, then head to the Brawley Quick Lane. They've got a new off-road center. They specialize in lift kits, wheels, and tires that have the right look and perform. There's names like Fox, Bilstein, and Rancho, Method Wheels, too. Built Tough spray bed liners as low as $4.99. It's the right stuff at the right price. The brand new off-road center at Quick Lane in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
Continuing with more local news, magic funds sought for the Salton Sea. Here's more on that story.
The Salton Sea Authority is commending congressional leaders. They are calling for federal Salton Sea funding to match state investments. SSA is commending the local federal representatives for their recent letter urging the U.S. Department of the Interior, Department of Agriculture, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to develop a near-term Salton Sea funding plan to fulfill the federal government's initial estimated Salton Sea landowner responsibility, or $332.5 million. Salton Sea Authority has been trying to get the federal government to substantially increase federal funding at the Salton Sea. They are very pleased that the local representatives are now stepping up. SSA President and the Riverside County Supervisor V. Manuel Perez say Congress has passed laws to direct major funding to the sea, and those laws have historically been ignored, both Republican and Democratic administrations alike. They are encouraging the Biden administration to match the state or what the state has put on the table. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And early this morning, Friday, an earthquake was reported. The magnitude 3.0 earthquake had an epicenter 4 miles west of Hopeville and was recorded at around 1:45 a.m. There were no reports of injury or damage. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
And page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
It's page 2 of the local news and the weather, all brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30, and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m.
In other local news this morning, transit fees to resume. George Gale has the story.
IB Transit had suspended their fees during the pandemic. During that time, the local mass transit program was funded through a grant. Beginning today, April 1st, IB Transit resumes the fee for mass transit. All routes are affected. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Calexico High School students walked out and left the campus Thursday morning. The walkout started shortly after 8 a.m. when students began gathering in front of the Enrique Kiki Camarena Library. According to Calexico Unified School District officials, Calexico City Councilman Raul Urena appeared to be leading the walkout. Students marched to the district offices. Students then marched down State Route 98 to Encinas Avenue. The students then returned to the library where they stayed throughout the school day. Calexico teachers in the district have been locked in contentious labor negotiations that have left the teachers without a contract. Well, more sinkholes, that's right, I said sinkholes, are discovered. Here's more on that story.
County Public Works says the section will remain closed until further notice. The area of Keffer Road affected is east of Calexico and south of Hopeville, between Highway 98 and Verde School Road. It is suggested motorists use that portion of Keffer Road, or who use that portion, find an alternate route. Closure is due to sinkholes. Contact Public Works for more information. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Children's Fair is back this Saturday. Will be the 41st annual installment of the Children's Fair at Buckley Park in El Centro. It's a family-orientated event that celebrates children of all ages. There will be 2 entertainment stages showcasing local talent, some of your favorite characters walking around the park, a hay bale maze, games, prizes, train rides, fire trucks, and more. The Children's Fair will be held from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. tomorrow in Buckley Park. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are 2 locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will gradually warm through the weekend with readings around 5 degrees above normal. A fast-tracking weak weather system early next week should briefly temper the warming trend. However, more pronounced heat will return for the remainder of next week. In fact, afternoon temperatures of 10 to 15 degrees above the seasonal average are likely during the latter half of the week. Look for triple digits occurring in the Imperial and Yuma valleys towards the end of next week. 82 the high in the valley yesterday, 54 the low. Sunny today with a high near 87. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast this afternoon. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 57. Southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Saturday, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 87. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming west-northwest. On Sunday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high near 88. South-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming northwest. And right now downtown, we are looking at 58 degrees, 51% relative humidity. The wind is calm. And air quality good throughout the Imperial Valley. It is moderate in Mexicali. Page 2 of the local news and the weather, brought to you by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
Golden State Extracts, CBD, is the first fully licensed GMP certified hemp processor in California, making CBD. Everything is done right here in the Imperial Valley, from growing to processing and manufacturing. Our products derived from hemp are a natural form of pain relief to help you with your aches and pains, help you sleep better, and lower your stress with our specially formulated tinctures, pain creams, and gummies. Best of all, you can visit Golden State Extracts CBD locally at their Imperial location, 520 West Ayton Road. For more information and benefits of CBD, visit them on the web at goldenstateextracts.com or call 760-355-9134. That's 355-9134.
It's sports time. Sports time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. March Madness, it continues. We've got the Final Four tomorrow starting at noon, Villanova and Kansas, followed by North Carolina and Duke. And then on Monday, it's NCAA Men's Basketball Championship action. NBA action, the Jazz jumped all over the Lakers. It was 122-109 when it was over. Meanwhile, the Bulls beat the Clippers 135-130 in overtime. Hawks hammered the Cavaliers 131-107. Bucks slipped by the Nets 120-119 in OT. And the Pistons beat the 76ers 102-94.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And Bruce Arians said yesterday that it was always his dream to hand a head coaching job to a member of his staff, and that reports of friction between himself and Tom Brady couldn't be farther from the truth. Arians will move on into the offices at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Todd Bowles taking over as coach. And Pro Bowl linebacker Bobby Wagner will stay in the NFC West. Wagner agreed to a 5-year contract with the Rams yesterday. And in Rancho Mirage, Jennifer Kxo shared the lead Thursday in the Chevron Championship in her second and last start at Mission Hills. Kxo shot a 666 in sunny and calm morning conditions to join fellow early starter Minji Lee atop the leaderboard after the first round. Baseball, Jacob deGrom is set for an MRI after undergoing some tightness in his shoulder. The MRI scheduled for today, and the Mets waiting to see what the results are. Meanwhile, Cleveland Guardians have said Shane Bieber will throw the first pitch for the Cleveland Guardians this year, his third straight opening day appearance. That's it for Sports Time. Don't forget NCAA Final Four tomorrow, followed by the championship game Monday evening on AM 1230 KXO. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. A House committee will investigate how Amazon treats its workers following the death of 6 employees in December when the distribution center they were working in was struck by a tornado. The House Oversight Committee sent a letter to Amazon CEO Andy Jassy demanding documents about company practices. It cites reports from December 2021 that supervisors at the Amazon facility in Illinois threatened employees and contractors that they would be fired if they left work during the storm. Kohl's is pushing back against intense pressure from Wall Street to make changes or sell the company. The retailer sent a sharply worded letter to shareholders yesterday ahead of its annual meeting in May, urging them to reject an activist investor's efforts to gain control of the company and install its own board of directors. Hedge fund McCallum has criticized Kohl's in recent months, arguing the chain has underperformed competitors and lacks a compelling strategy. It wants Kohl's to consider selling its real estate assets, spin off its e-commerce business, or find a buyer for the whole company. U.S. home prices have soared to new heights and keep on climbing. Now, some researchers and economists are saying they've seen signs of a housing bubble brewing. Until recently, the possibility of a bubble wasn't widely supported, but after looking at housing markets across the U.S., Fed researchers said new evidence is emerging. Right now, the big board showing green, barely. The Dow up 9 points at 34,687. The S&P 500 up 6 at 45,36. The Nasdaq up 63 at 14,283. Gold down $24 an ounce. Oil off 27 cents a barrel. It's right at $100 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
The skies will be sunny today with a high near 87. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 57. Southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Saturday, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny. Look for a high near 87. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming west-northwest. We have 59 degrees, 51% relative humidity, wind out of the west-southwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, we want to make your every visit a great visit. We want you to have great service. We want your taste buds to dance with happiness and your thirst to be quenched. We want you to enjoy great sports and great music. But most of all, we want you to enjoy your friends, your family, your date, your business meal, your party, your mom, your dad, and even Aunt Karen. At Burgers and Beer, we're all about you. 5 locations to serve you: El Centro, Yuma, Temecula, La Quinta, and Rancho Mirage.
Coming up about 8:30 this morning, we'll visit with El Centro City Manager Marcela Piedra and get an update on what's going on around the city. We are KXO, El Centro, California.
This is CB, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. New rules of the road from the government. Come 2026, new vehicles sold in this country will have to average 40 miles per gallon. Currently, the standard is 24 after a rollback during the Trump administration. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
So what we're doing today is taking the next step in that ongoing journey of pushing forward as far as technology can take us with faith in American innovators and workers.
Well, some environmental groups say the action's not enough to fight global warming. Connecticut has become the 3rd state to suspend state gas taxes. AAA's Tracy Noble says it should help drivers who've been shelling out more and more for weeks.
It's certainly going to be a welcome relief for drivers in Connecticut. 25 cents is a big deal.
In the face of inflation and a continuing pandemic, the government says employers added 431,000 jobs last month, and the unemployment rate fell to 3.6%. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Leisure and hospitality continued to increase, a gain of 112,000. Professional and business services added 102,000. Retail trade up by 49,000. And manufacturing added 38,000 jobs in March.
Now to Ukraine. And a funeral for a 56-year-old Ukrainian serviceman killed by a Russian shell this week. CBS's Vicki Barker tells us Moscow is accusing Ukraine of carrying out an airstrike on Russian soil, hitting an oil depot.
Phone footage shows orange tongues of flame billowing from the burning fuel tanks and thick plumes of black smoke rising into the sky. The local governor says 2 Ukrainian helicopters attacked the facility last night, something the Ukrainians haven't confirmed.
Well, CBS's Lucy Kraft takes us to Shanghai, the city of 25 million in the midst of a strict COVID lockdown.
Shanghai's modern streets have been transformed into a post-apocalyptic landscape. Residents have been barricaded into their homes, allowed out only for COVID testing. Even infants are being screened. Residents aren't allowed to walk their dogs. The only canines permitted on city streets are robots, broadcasting anti-infection tips.
At the Vatican today, Pope Francis apologizes for abuses suffered by indigenous people at schools in Canada, overseen by the church up through the 1970s. In union votes at 2 Amazon facilities, union support has the edge in Staten Island, New York, but in Bessemer, Alabama, early tallies show the union is trailing. The Dow is down 8 points. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Honda is calling all explorers to check out the Pioneer 1000 side-by-side lineup. Each model sports a best-in-class 999cc engine, Honda's exclusive automatic dual-clutch transmission, plus a massive towing capacity, stellar handling, and legendary build quality. Start your adventure at pioneer.honda.com and discover which model is right for you. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear protection, always wear a seatbelt, and keep side nets and doors closed. Side-by-sides are for drivers 16 years of age and older.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
NASA's working on the huge new moon rocket at the Kennedy Space Center.
It's called a wet dress rehearsal. It starts late this afternoon and ends with a practice countdown for a fully fueled rocket that stops just before liftoff. NASA's Tom Whitmire.
I used to participate in this back in the shuttle program days, and it's like watching a ballet. You know, you've got pressure, volume, and temperature, and you're really kind of working all those parameters.
Engineers have been checking out the Tall Space Launch System, or SLS, on Pad 39B for more than 2 weeks out of the Cape. If all goes smoothly, NASA could launch it for real later this spring. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Ford is issuing 2 recalls covering more than 700,000 vehicles to fix oil leaks and trailer braking systems that don't work. It includes many late-model Ford Escape SUVs and Bronco Sport SUVs. A housing can crack and oil can leak onto engine parts. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Carroll Buckley.
Everybody's talking about you.
Carroll Buckley.
You're the talk of the town.